right, here we are. We are looking good, I think. Hopefully, audio looks good. And I have my sugar-free soda, of course. 0 calories, because when you're sitting for hours in coding, why do you need the calories, really? Okay, so once again, I've kind of changed up the layout a little bit here. So I just wanted to point this out. This came out yesterday. This is some concept art for the game. And my phone is going off. Concept art for the game, and this is a farm concept. So that got done, and this is a restaurant concept sketch, and it not only did it come out a little bit better than I was really expecting, because I did these sketches personally, but the feedback about it has also been better than expected, which is good. But if you have any critiques, feel free to shout them out. I'm interested to hear it. The main idea behind these sketches, of course, is that we really just want these as an overall like high level of like what to go for, because the graphics, similar to what you may have seen in the previous streams as far as the prototype graphics, those are going to be done as 3D models, and then you have an orthographic sort of filter that is applied over them. So that's pretty cool. But the artwork is far from finished, of course. And if you were not aware and you're brand new here, this is the elegacorp.com website. A Kalling Kingdom website for the game is going to get underway here pretty soon, as I continue to work on artwork and begin to kind of crank these other things out. There on the bottom right, you can see the stream schedule. So if you're wondering when is the next time this is all going to happen again, I am going to start moving this into the evenings. The next one is scheduled for May 26th at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And there on the left, you can see a couple new blog entries. I really like the one called Ditch Your Starving Artist Lifestyle, Be a Sellout. It may not go like you expect. And of course, there is a May 2019 update full of not just information about where Kalling Kingdom came from, but also some of the other things that are being worked on kind of in the background. And there's always research going on, so there is really a lot of work ahead in all kinds of different areas. One of the things I'm looking at kind of in the background is doing research on like CPU design, and like how would you build your own CPU, which is really awesome. And so I'm going to be tinkering around with something along those lines in the future. By the way, there on the right side of the screen, you can probably see that you have a promo code, CallKing, which if you use at checkout on the merch, which you can find, of course, here on the website as well. If you go to Products, Teespring, and it's also there on the front banner. But if you go here into the Teespring store and use the promo code CallKing at checkout, you can get 15% off your purchase, and that will definitely help support the development of the game. Having said all that, let's get into some actual development now. So what I have here is what is the normal view so far that we've seen, and if you've looked at the past streams, you've probably seen this as well. But this is the sort of the normal gameplay view. And it's pretty interesting. So I went into Photoshop and I did like a simplistic little grass texture. And it basically just took kind of some green and added some noise. It's very, very simple. But I tinkered around with lots of other things. I tried to do sort of some weird pseudo 3D looking stuff. And, I thought about maybe making some kind of an elaborate sort of hand-drawn painting type thing. And, it just didn't really come together. And so I decided, let me just make this extremely simple. I want to just place down sprites. And so if I hit play, and we saw some of this last time as well, but if I hit play, we have cash, we have people, we have the current turn, and if I hit X on the keyboard right now, I'm able to move around this prototype graphic. And so back to that concept art that you saw earlier, this prototype graphic is very, very much along the lines of kind of what I'm going for at an extremely simplistic level. But I want to take that concept art and really flesh it out in a 3D model, and then get a nicer looking graphic, kind of like this one. But I can place this down, and we're going to build out this panel a little bit today, where we have the information auto-populate from the initial placement of the business, and then I can close that panel, and now I can start sort of building out the town. And as you can see, this is all being done over the top of this grass texture now, and that's fine. We can polish this up, right? We can kind of add some more visual variety here, but overall there's a number of things to do. So I need to be able to build out this business panel, which I can click on. Oh, that's not good. I can click on any one of these businesses though and bring up this business panel, and they're disappearing right now because that's a bug. So I'm going to fix that. And as far as the stream setup, I have Visual Studio Code here, which I've been doing stuff in Sublime, and I think I'll be more productive if I actually am able to use my tool of choice. So okay, so I'm going to start off by fixing whatever that bug is. So I need to determine why those disappear. It really doesn't make sense. So it happens whenever I close the panel out, or rather click on this and then close the panel out. I think I know why that's happening. So let me try and fix that first. And I think it has to do with the mouse down. There's a flip panel function here. I'm going to resolve this first. Business panel active self is false. Display the business panel. Set, yeah. So when we display town view, we set it to false. So we bring up the business panel, we close out the town view, and for the town view, I've placed everything, basically all the businesses that get placed down on that main graphical UI, they all get placed down under an empty game object, and that's how I'm kind of handling that at the moment. Okay, so display people. What do I have outstanding here? What's going on over here? I don't know why I have an icon over to the left there. Is everything saved? Is there anything out of whack? Business graphic was not saved. I haven't really modified this though, I didn't think. Okay, so something was out of whack there, but now it appears to work. Maybe so. I had some change in there that was not saved. So okay, that looks fine then. Okay, so with that out of the way, let me move on to this set business panel function. So basically, this is just to start populating the correct text in that business panel. And that's what we're doing with all these game objects here. Business panel, business name, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's going to look very similar to this business and people panel that we had done before. Okay. So I will need to see a bit of what I'm doing here. Looks like it'll be business name is the first one. So business name dot. Is that already text? That's not text. Get component text dot text. Yep. and the player is going to set this. For right now, I'm going to just put a junk string in here because we're going to change that. I'm going to work on that functionality as well. Actually, I guess right now this is going to come from the business object. Business.name is what that's going to be. Business.owner.first name space business.owner.last name. P business type. Business.type. So I did owner, type. Is there anything else? Type. Number of workers and max number of workers. And of course, outside, you may be able to hear someone decided to wait until I started the live stream to start mowing their lawn. I'm hoping that'll be one of the advantages of moving these streams into the evenings. Okay, so I think that'll work. Let me test this out. Make sure, hopefully everything's assigned. I'll need to flip that back off. There we go. Save and save project. And something is missing. It looks like it started to work though. Farm. Type. Oh yeah, we gotta get the prefixes in there as well, I guess. So we gotta say business name prefix. And let me see what's included in that prefix. I just want to see at the top. Business name, yeah, okay, so that's correct. Business name prefix, set business panel. So we got to get the word prefixes in here. Business owner prefix. Business type. And we're reusing some of this from the business and people panel that you may have seen constructed before. Let me try number of workers prefix. There we go. And do I have a max number of workers? Yes, I do. Yeah, so the autocomplete helps a ton, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to get that working, get Visual Studio Code just working. To do it, I have to do a display capture with OBS Studio as opposed to just doing something else, doing window capture. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. The editor looked frozen for a second there. And we're missing something at line 93. The owner. So there is no owner, right? There is no owner yet. So I'll say if the business.owner is not null, then go ahead and display. Otherwise, we're going to say business owner prefix, none. There might be a few others that are like that. Hopefully not. There's a lot of stuff gets initialized or set to 0 and stuff, so. Yeah, farm, income per turn, owner, number of workers. Income per turn should say 0 because there's no workers yet. So let me fix that as well. I think I have to go into business here. Income per turn. Oh, I see. Income per turn. So it gets initialized as 5 when it's a farm. Get income per turn. That's weird. I wonder why it says 5. That's very curious. What does number of workers get initialized to? 0. Oh, that's interesting. It's very interesting. Play. Workers 0. Income per turn goes to 5. What's the text? I'm gonna have to do some debugging here, I think. Go to set business panel. Set business panel, so I'm going to, oh, you know what? We're not setting it. That's the problem. BP income per turn, there it is. Yeah, it would help if we set it because right now it's just going to that junk prefab value. Income per turn, business dot income per turn to string. There, now it's being set. Income per turn 0. Very good. Okay. Close out Firefox, don't need it. Okay, so the panel looks okay. I need to add some functionality to that panel. Business type. Okay, yeah, so I need a panel that it's going to allow the player to set the business name. So how do I want to arrange that? So business graphic. Current build object. So this is from this code is from the build mode, and I have modified it since the last stream. And so, like, basically the way it works right now is it has to enable the functionality of the business graphic because that has mouse down functionality that'll mess things up. So it temporarily flips that off, assigns the parent, which this is for getting into that town view empty object just for organization and the ability to flip on and off a whole group of game objects. And then it goes into here and re-enables the business graphic functionality. And somewhere in amongst all of this, I need the ability to flip on a panel to assign the business name. Current build object, null. So where do I want to do that? I need to be able to link that to the business. So when we initialize the graphic, it creates the business. Okay. Create the business. And we're also going to need a way to to flip on the panel to assign the business name. So say UI manager, I'll say game manager dot current business is equal to the business. And I will say activate business name panel. So I'm going to write a function to take care of that. And it does not contain a definition yet, but I'm going to add one. Activate business name panel. And I'm going to say business name panel set. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Business name panel, do not autocorrect, thank you. Set active to true. And I'm going to create the panel. So let me go into business. And can I have a panel within a panel, or do I need to do a separate panel? Gosh, that's giant. I don't need it that large. Although I could probably have this stretch out like this so that it can exist for different insanity resolutions. Resolution is a thing I really need to think more about here. I'm probably not doing this properly. Business name panel. So this panel will be used for either naming initially or renaming the business. I'm gonna make it super dark and add some text. Under the panel. There we go. Make it a lot larger. And bold would be nice. Oh my goodness. Okay. What is the name of this new business? There's like weird center anchors going on. I don't know what that's about. What is the name of this new business? I'm going to add a input field. Unity really makes this too easy, don't they? content type auto-corrected. I'll say this is alphanumeric. Yep. Placeholder text, okay, placeholder. I'll make this italic. Enter the business name. Can make this way larger. There we go. 22. Text, and this will also be the UI font. 22. And this will begin as nothing, but I'm going to name this in the inspector to business name text. There we go. Business name input field. There we go. And save the scene, save the project. Now I need to turn this off. Turn this off. No, not that. The entire panel. Business name panel is... How does that look in the game view? That looks okay, I guess. It needs a button as well. I'll add a button for now. Actually, I want to see if I can copy one of the other buttons, even though I'm not keeping those either. Business and people. Maybe copy this down into here as well. There we go. And this needs to call a function in UI Manager as well. So I'll say this is gosh, I really need to organize these functions. This is getting completely out of control. Assign business name. McTeddy Plays says Unity does make other things much harder, referencing my earlier comment about how they make things so easy. He says most of my code is just out of control. Yeah, well, eventually code that is out of control catches up with you. It really does. So I'm going to say game manager current business dot name is equal to, and we're going to make it equal to what is currently in the input field. Business name panel. Business name panel. I'm just going to add the input field. Business name input field. I should probably just have the component assigned, really. That's what I should do. Input field. Business name panel. Business, so this needs to, that's not under the panel yet. Under the panel. Business name input field. Business name text. I think I can just reference the text element, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to say business name input text. This may backfire on me because I'm not using like the parent input field component. I'm not used to that. Whoa. Hit the wrong button there. Okay, so business name. Oh yeah, assign business name, current name. So business input text, business name input text, and then business name input text dot text should be set to null as soon as it's assigned. So go into the button, assign this to this is a UI manager, assign business name. Save project. What is the name of this new business? And I also need a way for this to disappear. So business name panel goes to false once it's been assigned to disappear. And I need to set these things in the inspector or in the editor. UI manager, business name panel, input text. It's not going to let me do that easily, is it? Business name text. There we go. Okay, that worked. Save scene, save project. Okay, that's a lot to think about here all at once. So when this first gets placed down, it flips on the business panel. And it probably just does that because of the mouse down action under the business graphic component. Activate the business name panel. What does the business name get initialized as? It gets initialized as farm. Gosh, I want to set that to null, but it's probably going to break some stuff. That's okay. I'm going to do it anyway. I'll just fix it. Initialize business, because then what I want to do is I want to say if the current business dot name, if game manager current business dot name is null, then I can say business name panel set active. This is going to break some stuff, no doubt. The business name was never meant to be null. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, so let me flip this back off. Business name panel. And the business panel. This is not gonna work. I can already tell. I've missed like 5 things or something, I'm sure. Let me try. And it breaks. Nope, it didn't break. That's amazing. But there is no business. Okay, so something went wrong. Because it's not giving me my panel. Business panel. Business name panel. Business name panel. So let me see if I can actually flip this on manually and say like test name. No, test. Oh, it doesn't let me add spaces. That's probably my fault from the input type. Test name, assign. And of course that doesn't work. Because, well, it might have worked. I can't tell though, because it doesn't update the UI component. That's okay, I'll fix it. Oh gosh, and my hotkeys are still linked up. So I have to know when I'm entering things into the input field because all of my testing hotkeys are still binding. That's hilarious. Okay. Let me go back to assign. Assign, because this is going to have to update everything again. So I'm going to say set business panel game manager dot current business. Oh, this is madness. Just madness. Assign business name. So when I place it down, I need to do current build object set active. It's still coming up from the business graphic component. Flip panel, display business panel, set business panel, and I'm also going to say if business name is null, then UI manager activate business name panel. Not exactly. Not exactly. Okay. Testy business. Oh, okay. Assign. Aha. Okay. It's starting to work. That's funny. Okay. Well, okay. So let me fix this. Not being able to type in spaces thing, because that's driving me crazy. My phone is going off. Who's texting me during my live stream? Never text the developer when he's in the middle of creating his primary UI. What is wrong with everyone? Okay, I'm gonna put that in my pocket. There we go. Okay, so input field. Where's the input field? Here we go. Going to take this out of alphanumeric. I'm just going to say standard. That should be fine, right? Save. Save. And why does it pull it up right when I hit, right when I go into build mode? Why does that happen? So I hit X and it brings up the business name panel. Is that because it's already activated? No, that's not why. It activates it for some reason. What? Oh, I see. I put it in here inside of the initial. Yeah, so I don't need it in there. That was the issue. Okay. Happy Farms. Happy Farms. Assign. Boom. There we go. It works. It works beautifully. That is fantastic. And because I hit P twice on the keyboard, I now have 5 people instead of 3 because I gotta get rid of the hotkeys. Okay. Oh my gosh, I have a prototype town getting built before our very eyes. But the problem with this is that I can build over the houses, so that's one of the next things I want to knock out here. But oh man, oh yeah, and I gotta clear that. Wait, I thought I was clearing that. I go into assign. Oh. Assign. Business name. What if I set this to like, just like an empty string? Maybe that'll work instead of null. Oh, that gets cut off. That's no good. Okay, but then I can build another one. And it's still there. That's annoying. That's not what I want. Why does it not reset the text? It's supposed to reset the text. I don't get it. I click assign, business name, input text. Should go to nothing, and then it gets turned off. So I'm gonna do some debugging here and just understand what is going on. It should clear it. Next. Testy McTesterson. Oh, there we go. Assign. Okay. Business input text. And where's the text? Text. Testy McTesterson. This is probably just like a Unity thing. They probably want me to like call a function to assign the text. That doesn't make any sense because I can do it right up here. Business input text dot text. That makes no sense. Because I assign the text value up here and it works. It just doesn't. I don't get it. Business name text. Do I have the right thing assigned in the editor? Business name text. This is probably an example of the input field craziness. So they have an onValueChanged function and they have an onEndEdit, but I don't care about either of those. It's not read-only. It is interactable. I should be able to set it. I feel like I should. Business name text. Okay, I'm going to do a dumb experiment, which is to set this to the game object instead of the text component, even though that really shouldn't make any difference. But that is how I'm doing it elsewhere, and so it's gonna make me like do a bunch of stuff though. say, I'll try null again. Business name, input text. Okay. And it fails. Because there is nothing there. Oh, well, that makes sense. Let me assign it. Business name text. Save scene, save project, play. Okay, close, build another, and it's there still. Okay. Okay, now we get onto the interwebs and we understand why. There's not really a good explanation currently, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say Unity set input text and see what comes back. Set text of the input field. Ah, yes, of course someone has had the same issue. Set text.text. MyString.text equals input field.text.text. But I need to change the content of the input field, and if this one does not work, blah, blah, blah. Input field.value is what you want to look at. Oh, well, of course. Of course it's, even though it's a text component, it wouldn't work like all the other text components. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so I need to set that to the input field. Input text. So we're going to change the assignment. Change the assignment in the business name input text. I'm going to change that to business name input field. Save scene. Save project. Is there a difference between, if you save the scene, does it save the project? Or if you save the project, does it also save the scene? These are the things that I wonder about at night. Okay, input field dot value. No, that does not. That's, oh, on value change. On value, no, none of those are what I want. Show me the docs. Input field dot value. The text.text will not be the full value of the input field, but only the visible portion. Show me the docs. Unity input field value on value change the current value on. Okay, input field dot text. Input field dot text. Makes no sense. You should just let me update the inner text component, but whatever. Business name input text null. Get component, and then this also has to be input field dot text. I think, well, no, it doesn't. This doesn't for some reason. But I still have I still have to do that because now that's an input field. Gosh, that's so dumb. Okay. Let's try again. This is a test business. This is a test. It's not, well, I have to expand that. Close. Next one. Aha! It finally works. Look at that. Incorporated. Oh, incorporated. There we go. Assign. Beautiful. Fantastic. Now to fix the panel. Business name panel. No, not that one. Business panel. And we're going to fix the business name text. This can be nice and long. All the way to there. Why not? This can be nice and long too. All the way to the end. There we go. Save scene, save project. I also need a maximum number of characters for that field, because I know people are going to get crazy. They're going to get crazy with it. They're going to be like, this, we'll say, this is, oh, I know, this is not the longest business name in the world. This is just a tribute. Oh wait, this is not the longest business name in the world. No, this is just a tribute sign. Yeah, see? People are gonna get crazy if I don't put a maximum limit on there. Okay. Now here's a question. Do they support that functionality out of their Unity box for the input field component? If they do, I will be a lot happier. Input field. No, of course they don't. Of course they don't allow that. Unity. Okay, well, it's still not bad, I guess. Still not bad. Well, do I want to tackle the maximum character limit now or later? I guess I should do it now. I don't know. Although that does distract me from my overall direction here. Okay. I just realized I'm not hearing any sound. Did I turn off? I did. I turned off the music. There we go. All right, I'm gonna go in and start removing some of these key bindings, I think, because oh my goodness, look at how many I have. Cycle the next business. Yeah, well, we need to take away like all of these, I guess. Cycle the next person. So I'm going to take away this because we don't want this, I guess. Because we want the current business is always going to be assigned by whatever the player's doing in the UI. Cycle to next person. Take away this as well. Next turn we'll keep in there for now. next turn. Can I also say next turn and UI manager get component UI manager business name panel active self is false. Or business panel active self is false. That way I can advance the turn without having to worry about insanity. Or type the business name without advancing the turns forward. Same thing should be done for this one, I guess, for right now. Actually, I need to change this. This needs to be I can really just do business panel. There we go. And business panel is active is false. Now I can fit this on one line nicely. There we go. Oh yeah, and I can match a person to the business with M. I want that to be out of the way of the business panels as well. Although that's a little wonky, because then I can say like, and I can close it, then I can say M, and then when I open it back up, oh, that doesn't update the UI component. Wait a minute, yeah, it should. Set business panel business. I should totally set the that's weird. All right, well, I'll go ahead and call the stream there. During these last couple minutes, if anyone in chat wants to spit out some questions at me, I will take a couple minutes here at the end to answer anything you may be wondering about. For the next stream, I'm going to continue working on this if it's not done. So basically between this weekend and next weekend, I'll be trying to just knock out this, because this is the main UI. This is the town view. And so this is priority at the moment to knock this out. And why, I just noticed this, why is part of my panel is missing? I gotta fix that too. Anyway, so that's what we're going to be focusing on, and then of course, you know, I have artwork in motion at the moment, and I will be working on getting the main graphics put in for the different buildings and the different businesses, and we're going to create a menu, hopefully very, very soon, to allow the player to select which building they want to build, and of course, we'll need to have that actually affect the cash expenses as they place buildings down. And then I guess another big thing is for the build mode where you're placing buildings down. I need the ability to not place buildings over other buildings, and I'll also be restricting players from building stuff way out at the edge of the screen, so that still has to be done as well. So all those things are next on the to-do list, and I haven't really been making as much progress as I would like, but chances are you'll get to see that next time. All right. And just McTeddy there in chat says, you have yourself a great day, and you too, sir. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone there in the chat and everyone who popped in, even if you also popped out and maybe you're just catching up on the rest later. I will see you next time. Do not forget that at elegacorp.com you can use promo code CALLKING, that is KALLKING, to receive 15% off the Elega Corp t-shirts, which you can go to elegacorp.com, go to products, go to Teespring, and you can find the merchandise there. One last thing I also want to mention is here on the community tab under elegacorp.com, please come in and join the Discord. There hasn't been a lot of activity there lately, and I'm trying to revive the Discord back to a nice active state. We'll talk about Kalling Kingdom, we'll talk about coding, we'll talk about game development, we'll talk about career stuff as well, because Elega Corporation also does online education courses. So come in and hang out with all the creative people there. It's a really, really great place to be. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again on May 26th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.